Hi, welcome to a strength and conditioning workout. My name is Kaylee. The only thing that you will need for this workout is a resistance band. I'm going to suggest a lighter resistance band just so that we can really focus on form and alignment. Not that there's anything wrong with a challenging amount of load, but for today's workout, let's really dial in like the muscle movement pattern that feels most satisfying for you. So when you're ready, have your band nearby, but let's start. Just lie down onto your back. You can bring your hands onto your belly. Maybe the knees are bent like mine to help the pelvis feel a little bit more relaxed. And then just let the eyes close down. It's really valuable to deliberately shift gears from whatever's been going on in your day, whatever responsibilities you might have on your to-do list, so that you can be more present with your body, with your breath, and move in a way that's efficient, safe, and really effective. Bring your awareness to your belly. Let your next inhale really fill up the belly. Let it expand. Breathe into the palm of your hand that's resting there. And then open your mouth, sigh the exhale out. Maybe you feel the hips relax a little bit there. This time, bring your awareness to your ribs, and as you inhale, really fill up your lungs and your ribs. Find a stretch from the inside out. Keep breathing in, pause, and hold your inhale at the top. And then open your mouth, and maybe you feel the shoulders relax. Let's do one more here. Big breath in, fill up the lower belly. Let the breath continue to inflate all the way up to the sides of the ribs. Keep inhaling all the way up into the shoulders. Pause. And then open mouth, exhale. You can blink your eyes open when you're ready. Maybe you move the head side to side. You can toggle the knees a little bit real gentle here. We're going to get right into our first set of bridges. You can bring the arms by the sides here. Bring the hands out just a little bit so the arms aren't like soldier by your side, but out at about 45 degrees. Bring your feet right underneath your knees, about hips distance apart, and then push into your feet as you start to squeeze the glutes. Keep the glutes active, so keep hugging the glutes together as you lift your hips and then lower your hips. So we're going to do 12 total, 6 more in this little set here, so there's 2. You might be moving at a pace that's faster than I am or a little slower. So kind of stay with your own flow here. Find a pace that you can really connect with. And then the next time you lift, let's hold that glute bridge for 6, 5, 4. Keep pressing down through the base of your big toes. 3, 2, 1. One more round like that. So lower and lift dynamically for 6. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your nose if you can. You can always open your mouth for your exhales. 3 more here if you're keeping time with me, but again, that is not a requisite for this workout. The next time you lift, pause and hold that contraction. Keep hugging the glutes together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Go ahead and relax it down. Take a breath. And then again, you can toggle the knees between sets if you like. When you're ready, you're going to grab your band and we're going to take a banded pull apart on the back. So we're going to do it on the back so that you can feel your shoulders and your mid back. So we're trying not to arch the back. So you can try that for a second. Like puff up the ribs, flare them out, and then do the opposite. Tuck the floating ribs in, engage your abdominals, bring that band up between your hands, and then put some slack between the bands. So I've got like a U shape here. I'm turning to the side so you can see. And then we're going to keep the wrists and the elbows and the shoulders close to aligned here, but lower the wrist just a little bit. So instead of having the wrist back up over your forehead, lower the wrist just a little bit so they're over your underarms. And then we're going to tug that band apart. You can adjust the resistance. Keep the floating ribs tucking in. Your abs are engaged. And then the band is going to come somewhere around your chest or your bra line. And then slowly come back to that starting position. We're going to do 9 more. So big tug apart, feel the shoulders squeeze, keep the abs turned on, and then come back up to the starting position. So keep going here. Play around with the range of motion that feels satisfying. Try not to let the band sling you back to center. So use a little bit of muscular control, or a lot, to control that return to that starting position. Good, 4 more. Really tug apart. Your wrists don't need to land on the ground. Last 2. Let's do 1 more here. So big tug apart, hold it there. And then relax, set the band to this side. Meet me in a tabletop position. So we're gonna come to hands and knees. You move around a little bit, loosen things up. You can absolutely meet me with fist for wrist if you wanna take a little bit of that flexion out of the wrist. If you feel good on your palms, great, do that. Either way is fine. We're gonna tuck the right toes under if they're not already, and then drag the ball of the right foot back. So you're still on the ball of the right foot. Bring your left elbow up for a little row position. Keep pushing into the right hand, the right palm or the right fist. And then we're gonna reach the left arm forward as you float the right leg up. Little hold, and then lower the hand and the knee down. So we'll switch sides. Drag the ball of the left foot back as you roll your right elbow up. And then reach the arm forward and lift the leg. A little pause before you come back to center. So we're alternating side to side here. This might be a new variation of bird dogs. Be patient with yourself. Have some confidence that you can get the coordination as long as you don't give up on it. When I first started this version of bird dog, it was very mentally challenging. But there is a reason we're doing it this way, to turn on the lats. So those are the muscles in your back that are really key for your strength and for your posture. That's what that row is about. The little hold is so that you can actually feel yourself steady and strong. So instead of using momentum and basically having to catch ourselves by switching sides, we own each little bit of this movement, including that end point. So we're going for time instead of reps here. And again, it's not about fast. It's about feeling really strong and steady and stable, or working toward that feeling of strength and steadiness and stability. All right, we're gonna be done with that one for now. We'll revisit it. Grab your band, come up to standing. We're gonna take some shoulder openers here. So the band is just gonna come up over your head and then as far back behind you as you comfortably can. Do not force that band to go past a range that your shoulders feel okay with. We're gonna go for about 8 here. Nice deep breaths. And don't worry about the ribs here. Let the shoulders lift as you reach your arms up. And just mobilizing through the shoulder joint, moving some of that joint fluid, that synovial fluid around, moving the connective tissue around, so those tendons that connect the muscles to the bones. Great work. Take 1 or 2 more of those. And then we've got our first kind of lower body balance. So you can set the band to the side. You might want a chair or a wall nearby. We're gonna start with a front step and weight shift. So root down into your left foot. If you're using some support, let's bring it into the left hand. And we're gonna step the right foot forward. It does not need to be a big step. It can be a real nice small step forward. Bend your back knee and lift your back heel. So you're really shifting your weight into that right foot. And then drop the left heel, step the right foot back. So that's our move. It's a little weight shift and come back. A little weight shift and come back. Ways to make this harder, let go of the chair. Ways to make it even harder, we take a bigger step. So maybe you start to take more of a forward lunge and back. So big weight shift and back. Shift, step it back. Same as our bird dogs. Find that little moment where you're pausing So you're really owning that range of motion. Remember, you could be in that small little range of motion here. That is great. We're just here for 10 more seconds on this leg. Learning to kind of reset the balance real quick, working on agility and maybe a little bit of range of motion as well as strength. All right, we're gonna switch legs. So reset, shake it off if you need. Take a breath. And then let this side be a fresh side. So we'll start with that small range of motion. Step the left foot forward, bend the right knee, lift the right heel. So you're shifting your weight into the left and then step back. So a little step, shift, and take it back. And let go of the support if and when you want. And you can start to increase the range of motion here. Listen to your body. So range of motion is not more important than moving well. So we're going to focus first on moving really well, and then we can increase our range of motion and add maybe some extra weight at some point. For today, let where you are be good enough. There is nowhere else that you could be, right? We always have to meet ourselves where we are. Where else would we meet ourselves? Mentally, sometimes we think we need to be somewhere other than where we are. See if you can give yourself the peace of mind that comes from just deciding that where you are, the way your body's moving today, is exactly where it's meant to be. Okay, great. On those weight shifts, we're gonna grab the band again and take a banded halo. So this is for the shoulders. It's a lot like what it sounds. Halo as in like a halo or a crown. So let's bring the band between the hands, bring the band in front of the chest. And then we're gonna draw a circle over behind the head and then back around to the chest. We're gonna switch the direction of that circle, so the shoulders moving around. And then just keep alternating side to side. As best as you can, try and keep the rib cage still over your hips and try and keep the head still. So instead of moving the head around to accommodate the band, really work through the fullest range of motion that you have available in your shoulders. Take some deep breaths. So we are actually working muscles in a pretty big way here, even though sometimes people think it's just a resistance band. You can get a lot of energy, really, output. So you need the breath. We need the fresh oxygen to come in. Let's take one more in each direction. And then we're almost done with our first set. We're gonna set up for calf raises. So we'll do 10 real slow calf raises and then 10 quick ones. I'm gonna suggest that you hold on to a chair or even better, lean into a wall. And then take a peek down, make sure your toes and your heels are aligned. There's nothing wrong with doing pigeon toe or duck toe calf raises, but we wanna be able to find that center. So let's work on that today. Lift up onto the balls of the feet as high as you can, little hold, and then we're gonna drop down quickly and lift back up and hold. Quick drop down, lift, hold. Quick drop down, keep going. 6, 5, really press into the balls of the feet. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we've got 10 quick. So lower lift, 10, 9, 8. Maybe you get a little bounce. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay, move anything out of your way. We're gonna take it back to the mat, but this time we're gonna lay on the side. So either side, we'll do both of them. When you land, I'm gonna give you the option to grab a pillow. We're gonna take some clamshells. So when we're doing clamshells, the neck does not need to be uncomfortable. We're not working the neck. So you can relax the head as best as you can. You can use a pillow. You can prop yourself up on your opposite arm if you'd like, or extend that bottom arm. Bring your knees into a right angle. Bring your hips into a right angle to start, and then move the knees down and the feet back just a little bit. See if you can bring the bottom side of your rib cage firm onto the ground underneath you, and then tuck the floating ribs in so you're not arching the low back here, you're nice and strong. Top hand comes right in front of you here. Bring the inner edges of the feet together and keep them together as you lift the top knee without rocking your weight back. So it's more of a lift than a rotation, although rotation is happening. We're gonna lower and lift for 6, and we will hold that 6th one. So here's four more. 3 more. 2. Lower lift, and this time hold for 6. 5. Imagine that something really heavy is pressing down on the outside of that knee. 3, 2, 1. Good. Again, lower and lift for 6. 5. 4. Stay long in the sides of the waist and the low back. 3, 2. Lift and hold for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, switch to the other side and give your outer glutes, outer hip a little love. Grab the pillow if you want to use it. Take your time to get set up in that starting position. So key. You're gonna need a lot more bang for your buck if you start out in that starting position. So remember, knees aren't quite up in line with the hips. Bring them back a little bit. Bottom side of your ribs tucks down, and then tuck the floating ribs in as well. Use your bottom hand for a little support, and then just lift the knee and lower. 4 more here. You can close your eyes and really focus on the upper outer glute. Last 2. Lift, hold for 6. 5, 4. Press something heavy away. 2, 1. Nice. Again, lower and lift for 6. 5, 4. Keep firming up through your glutes. 3, 2. Lift and hold for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Go ahead and relax it down. Take a breath and transition all the way around onto your belly. So we're going to set up for superheroes here. Lay all the way down onto your belly. I'll move the chair out of the way. The legs aren't going to do much except for stay strong. From here, bring your arms into a W or a goalpost shape, and then look straight down at your mat. So you're on the tops of the feet most likely. You're going to press the fronts of the hips down so your glutes are active. Arms are bent. You're continuing to look down as you reach the crown of the head away from your sternum. So keep looking down at the ground in front of your nose, and then float the arms up in that W shape. Lift, lower the arms, and then lift again. Lower the arms, and then lift. Keep going. So there's that little pause when you lift. Try and bring your head a little lower so that you can actually feel the shoulders squeeze. 4, 3, 2, lift and hold. Move any props that might be in your way out in front of you. You can stay here, keep lowering and lifting, or reach the right arm straight forward as far as you can, straight out in line with the shoulder, and then bring that right arm back. Left arm reaches forward as far as you can. Keep looking down right in front of your nose on the ground. Bring it back. Alternate arms here, or lift and lower. Take breaks whenever you need. We're here for 10. If you want a little bit more, we're here for 8. You do both arms. Keep looking downward. Keep reaching the crown of the head away from your heart. 5, 4 deep breaths. Press the hips down. 3, 2, and lower all the way down. You can stack the palms, the backs of your hands, to make a little pillow for your forehead and just rest. Breathe into the upper back and the shoulders and anywhere else that you might have picked up some tension. And then not much of a break. We're going to come up to standing. Grab the band. So you got to kind of transition quickly to make the workout fly by, or at least save a little time. So we're going to take our pull aparts again, but this time we're standing. Thumbs point toward one another here. Your wrists might be just a smidge lower than your shoulders. And then as you tug that band apart, rotate the wrists so that the thumbs are now pointing up or even a little bit backward. Keep the ribs in. So instead of flaring out here, imagine that you've got a wall behind you. You might even back up against a wall if you've got something like that around. Slowly come back to that starting position and then pull apart. Keep going like that. So it's maybe a quick stretch, a little pause, and then slowly return to center. Add the rotation if, like me, you forgot it. And then just feel into that rotational element. We're allowing, I'll turn to the back, we're allowing the shoulders to move away from the spine here. So when you bring your arms out in front of you and you rotate the thumbs to point toward each other, the shoulder blades are naturally going to round around to the outer edges of your ribs. And then when you open it up and turn the thumbs up or back, shoulder blades hug toward one another. Get real close to your spine, almost like you're trying to pinch a pencil or something between the shoulders, back in space. 2 more just like that. Great, let's set the band out of the way. You can roll the shoulders out a little bit. Take some deep breaths, try not to hold on to the tension. And then we're gonna bring the chair into the left hand, shift the weight into the left foot. This time, we're gonna take a lateral lift, so out to the side. So flex the right foot, bend into the left knee just a little bit, and then right leg goes out to the side. It doesn't need to be out high. Bring it back down under the hip, but don't set the foot down. 6 more like that. Or let's do 6 total, so 4 more from here. I have my hand here so that I can feel those muscles contracting. Last 3. We're gonna add on in 2. Lift, hold. This time, step the right foot down and lift your left heel up. So we've shifted the weight to that right foot. Lower the left heel, float the right leg up. Right foot down, lift the left heel. Lower the left heel, right foot out to the side. 4 more little weight shifts. Last 2. Let's hold this last one. See if you can let go of the chair if you haven't already. Hold, hold, hold. Lengthen the low back down so your booty's not kind of sticking out in space behind you. And then go ahead and relax. You can step it side to side, let go of any gripping, reset, and then we're taking it to the other side. So same exact thing. If you know you don't need the chair, don't use it. We're gonna root down through the right foot, and then the left leg floats out to the side and floats back under the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift, hold. Now we step the foot down, lift the right heel, lower the right heel, float the left leg. 5 more like that. Right heel lifts, down, left leg out. So you can set the eyes maybe to one spot. I'm speeding up because it's easier. You want to slow yourself down so you're not using momentum. Find that challenge. The body's really smart and it's working for you. It's trying to find the path of least resistance. It's trying to give you a little bit of a break. It's really smart, but we want to train this so that you can use it if and when you need to. All right, great work on those. We've got another set of halos. We're getting pretty close to being done. So if you need more space, the first time we did halos, we had the hands a little closer. If you feel like it would be helpful to have more space, give yourself more space. Start with that band in front of the chest, and then draw that big circle over and behind your head. Come back to the chest, and then switch direction of that circle. Try and keep the ribs relatively still. Try and keep the head relatively still. And then just feel into the movement of your shoulders. So we're working shoulder mobility and shoulder strength here. Nice smooth breaths. Couple more in each direction, and then we're gonna take tibialis raises. So keep going with your halos for a moment. Keep going with your halos for a moment, and I'm gonna show you our tibialis raises. You're gonna come up to a wall or a door, and then work your way back. You're gonna settle back into your hips, walk your feet. I've got my feet like 1.5 feet away from the wall, and then I'm gonna keep my butt on the wall, but bring my hands to my thighs, let the shoulders round, and I'm gonna lift up onto my heels as high as I can. So meet me here. So you've got your knees bent. I'll turn to the side. I'll take it over here so you can see from another angle. Make sure your feet aren't gonna slip. Lift your toes, and then lower the balls of the feet and lift and hold. So 9 slow like that. We're working the muscles in the front of the shin, working the range of motion of the feet. So working the strength of the feet to be able to lift. So key for all of us. Like anytime you're not picking your feet up, it's a lot easier to trip on something. So we want to be able to quickly lift the foot up if we find that your toe, snags a curve that's a little higher than we thought it was or something. All right, we're gonna take our 10 fast. So a little tap down lift, tap and lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It burns right away. 3, 2, 1. Okay, awesome. We've got one more set of glute bridges. Grab your band. We're gonna take a dead bug variation. And then that's pretty much it for today. So we're gonna lie down onto the back. Almost it. We've got a little bit of dynamic stretching to wind it all the way down. But we'll start laying down for your glute bridges. We're gonna do the same thing, 6 dynamic with a 6-second hold on that 6th one for 2 rounds. This time bring your elbows, so arms were out to the side last time. Now go ahead and bend the elbows. You can make fists and push the elbows rather into the ground. So you're turning on the lats, the sides of the back. Push your feet down, turn on your glutes. And then here we go, lift and lower for 6. Deep breaths. 3 more. 2. Lift and lower and hold on this lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, lower lift for 6. Keep pressing down to the base of your big toe. Keep hugging the butt cheeks together. 3. Lower lift 2. Lower lift and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Go ahead and relax your glutes for a moment. You're gonna grab the band. We're gonna take a banded variation of dead bug. Dead bug is a core exercise. So you're gonna bring the band between your hands. You might have to fold it over a couple times or kind of choke up onto the band so that the band is really like shoulder distance, shoulder width. Turn the palms to face one another here. Plug your shoulders onto the mat. Tuck the chin and press the back of the head down. Lift up onto your heels and then pull the belly button down as you flatten your back. And we're gonna lift one leg at a time. Keep the feet flexed so you come into your dead bug. So our dead bug starting position, we're gonna stay on the right leg. Extend the right leg out at about 45 degrees. Don't let your back arch. If your back arches away from the mat, come back to the starting position and try lifting the leg more vertical than horizontal. With that right leg extended, reach the arms, keep tugging the band, reach the arms up over your head. Big breath in. Purse your lips as you exhale, come back to the starting position. Good, we've got 6 more. Inhale. 5 more, stretch a little, and then squeeze the abdominals. Last 3, purse your lips. Big breath in. Purse your lips, pelvic floor and abdominals engage. One more time. Keep the right leg where it is. Come back to that alignment. And then we've got the left leg. So extend the left leg. You can start at 45. You can take it more vertical if you need. Reach the arms back. Keep some tension on that band. Breathe in. Exhale back to that starting position. Inhale. Purse lips, exhale. Good, 5 more. Every time you exhale, lift the pelvic floor muscles as well as the abdominals. Last 3. Arms might be burning a little bit here too. Last 1. And then relax, 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 relax. Breathe in and breathe out. And toggle the knees a little side to side. If you're in a bit of a hurry, this might be a great place to kind of do your own finishing stretches. If you've got a little time to cool down with me, you can meet me back in a standing position. I'm gonna reach the arms up, keep the hands facing one another, and just take a big side bend. Take it to the other side. Nice deep breaths. So keep thinking about lifting the ribs away from the hips. And pause in that side bend. So if you're reaching, let's all reach to the left and then root down into your right foot. So use the right side of your body to lift. Come back to the center and then switch. As you reach over to the right, push down into your left foot. Good, go side to side a couple more times. Let your head and your neck just come along for the ride. You could even close your eyes. Reach to the center, breathe in. And then cactus your elbows as you exhale. Let's try and interlace the hands at the low back. If they don't quite meet, you can grab your strap again. So we're opening up here through the chest. Maybe you do a couple little neck circles. And let's reach the arms up. So slow throw the strap to the side, breathe in. This time we're gonna bend the elbows and rotate the whole torso to the right. Keep pressing your feet down, try and keep your toes pointing forward. We're gonna come back to the center, pause, and then 3 more times. Rotate to the right. Everything from the hips down stays still. The rotation is coming from the rib cage up. So think pelvis stays really still and the ribs rotate. Come to the center, we've got 4 on the left. Good, 2 more. Inhale for the center. Exhale as you rotate. Again, breathe in. Last time, twist. Reach up through the center, big stretch, breathe in. Sweep the arms in front of you, crisscross the arms. 2 more. You can bend into the knees a little bit as you inhale it up. Bend into the knees a little as you exhale, crisscross. Again, breathe in, reach up this time. Just drop the arms to the side. Awesome work. Take good care of yourself. Drink some water. I hope to see you soon.